masters on history. The brother doesn't really speak to people very much anymore, but Brother Taj Tariq Bey's son, Dr. Hannibal Bey, that's a mastery of history and what people keep calling metaphysical information. Not necessarily that he's putting out metaphysical science to people, but when he was speaking, he could give you a lot of the history about that type of thing. Another history master is Brother, what is this cat's name? Oh, God, he had a group. He's currently incarcerated. Malachi York. Malachi York has a lot of information out there for people on history, but I would want to say to be very wary of where you purchase your information from, because a lot of times some of the sites that profess to sell this stuff will take your money and not have the book in stock to sell you, will send you something completely different or nothing at all. Then there are the sites that will do e-books, but you may have technical difficulties getting things downloaded, and eventually they'll get it cleaned up, but it generally takes a while. I would give some sites, but I don't want to give any because of the problems that I know of personally. And if I know of personally problems with you and your site, I can't really put you out there to anybody, in all honesty, because it'll come back to me, you know, sister, you gave us this site, and they took my money. So I can't do it. If you want information on, I'm trying to, I don't know, I think Dr. Ben is no longer with us, but Dr. Ben was also a master of the history. Now, a lot of people still put you in the whole African agenda, but it doesn't detract from the information that they have to give you nonetheless. Going back to the females, for people that are looking for physical science, melanin science, that's going to be Dr. Jewel Pookrum. I can't think of anybody out there that's really like in the forefront that's going to give you a clearer overstanding of the body of man and melanin richness and the power involved in all of that. And from what I understand, she has her own blog talk radio show. I've never had an opportunity to listen to it, but I understand that she does have her own show. There's a sister out, and I can't think of her name. I don't know why her name always eludes me, but the sister wrote a book about the Sibyllines, or the Sibyls. And Sibyls is spelled S-Y, B like boy, I-L, Sibyl, or Sibyllines, which is going to be S-I-B like boy, I-L-E-N-E. I can't think of her name, but the sister's out there on YouTube, and she wrote a book. She's got a lot of great information on history. And, again, I'm pulling from the top of my head here. For individuals that want to get into the science behind things, you want to see what you can get from Brother Phil Valentine, because he has a lot. And by all means, know that this is not an all-inclusive list of who I think the masters are. I have them written down on a piece of paper somewhere. And I wasn't going to give them today, but I did have someone email me a few days ago wanting to know if I could give them at least a partial list. And someone I spoke to earlier today that was like, you know, Yaffa, based on what I'm watching in the chat room, a lot of people are only hanging around listening to the show because they want you to give them the list of the scholars. So I tried to find the list to get it, because I don't want to drag anybody on and have you just hanging on to my show just to get a list of scholars. If that's the only reason why you're here, I need to give you something to work with now, and then you can go on about your business. I'm trying to think of someone else off the top of my head. For people that are interested in, like I was saying, these things, like I said, that would be Dr. Phil Valentine. He can give you the chemical makeup and the science behind things. Now, for females, it's very difficult at times to hear the brother speak. But like I've said before, you need to get where you can control your reaction to things and hear people out in their entirety. so you can get the information from them that is beneficial for you, and anything that you cannot work with, then you discard it, as opposed to getting emotional about what someone says or getting emotional about their position about a thing and then reacting to it and then cutting yourself off from the individual and their information. It's because you don't like someone's position about someone being gay or someone being male or someone being so-called white or whatever the case may be. Doesn't mean that they can't give you information that is going to be beneficial for you. And the brother has information that I think is helpful. There's another female that has information of a historical nature that's going on a national type, and I guess she is also running a type of group thing. Reverend Ray Dine has a lot of very grand information. If you want to become a part of her organization, you do have to pay, and you do have to give up your blood. She wants your blood droplets from you to become a part of what she does, which I don't, personally, I don't get down like that if I can help it. I don't like giving over my firstborn to be a part of anything, but that doesn't mean individuals don't have information that you can evolve with without giving up your firstborn and your birth date and what time you went to the bathroom last and, drops of blood and the whole 9 yards like some of the organizations want from you. But nonetheless, the information is still valid. If I can think of anyone else off the top of my head, I've said before, for individuals that want to get into the spiritual realms of stuff, that's going to be Brother Panic. He's out there on YouTube and blog talks. I think I've listened to him on Beverly D's show once. But see, I see deeper and hear deeper than a lot of people, so I don't have to hear you a whole lot to basically know how you can benefit people. The brother has great information, and I think people can benefit from that. There's another brother that I think I've seen him on YouTube once. I've listened to his blog talk show once or twice, and that's going to be Brother Asir the Duke of Tears. I think he's a master. I really like this brother. He's young. He's forthcoming with information of a historical nature, of a scientific nature. He's just talking to anybody that wants to listen, whether you agree with him or disagree with him. He's, a youngster that's a family man, and from what I can see, trying to do the right thing. And I honor brothers like that are trying to keep it together and make it work. So, if you really want some real information, and, this brother can give you names and dates and things that I can't always remember, would be him. Now, I've been told by people that listen to him, Brother Asir is like a flip side of you. He's Aries, you're Libra, he's male, you're female, and you guys both tend to talk about the same things, but usually you're coming from your perspective with your spin, and he comes from his perspective with his spin. But I don't really listen to him, and I'm sure he doesn't really listen to me, so that can be nothing other than the Ancestors putting out the information that they want. The information is out there. Like they say, many are called, all are called, few are chosen. Few decide to become a part of the elect when it comes to the data, because few want to do their actual due diligence. There's another brother, if you're interested in extraterrestrial type of information, besides Malachi York, who covers that also at times, is Brother Dr. Blair. I've heard him on some radio station a couple of times when I was in Southern California. He has a lot of things to sell, so be aware of that. But the brother has information for people that want to know, and if you're interested in that extraterrestrial stuff, you're going to also want to see what you can pick up from Brother Modog Min, M-O-D-O-G, and I think Min is M-E-N. He may have a YouTube channel probably. I know him personally. I haven't talked to him or seen him in years. He was one of the first individuals I encountered, and when I met him, he introduced me to a European scholar. What's this cat's name? Oh, gosh. Oh, his name just slipped right out of my head just that fast. I guess it's not meant for me to give him. I can always give what I think are scholars outside of the so-called race. I think Timothy Wise, European guy of the Jewish persuasion, he's got information for people that want to know the truth about things and how the system lies on melanin-rich people all the time. And he is not, in my opinion, out there for you melanin-rich people. I don't think that's what he's doing. Based on what I've gathered from him, he does what Malcolm X said. Hey, we don't need you guys to help us. Don't come trying to help us. You go fix your people. That's what Timothy Wise is trying to do. He's trying to correct the thought, the stinking thinking of what you guys call white people, where melanin-rich people are concerned. So it's not for melanin-rich people to agree wholeheartedly or disagree with what Tim Wise has to say, because he's not there for you and he's not talking to you, albeit a lot of melanin-rich people that have heard him speak think very highly of the information that he gives. But, you know, the information is the information nonetheless, as far as what is true and what's not true based on the lies that the media is always telling. He's really good at that type of thing. And, you know, for some reason that's all I can pull off the top of my head right now. There are certainly more scholars. I can't think of them. It just, you know, I can't think of them off the top of my head. If I can think of one, if they come to me during the course of the show, then I will give them to you. I need to go back and recap. Let me just see how I'm doing on time. That was for you guys that wanted some kind of list. That's enough for you to work with for now. So if all you wanted was a list from me, you can take that and run. And, you know, thank you for joining the show. And I also want to say I didn't get a chance because of all the confusion in last show 2 Thursdays ago that took place on June the 2nd. I had a brother on, you know, Brother Eaton, and I didn't even get an opportunity to thank that brother for his contribution, for his time, and for actually sharing his results to the listening audience. I think that was admirable of him because he didn't have to do it. You know, but because he was having such major success, I thought I should bring him on so he could talk to some individuals so that he could, you know, for those that are teetering on the fence of do or don't do, maybe that'll help you. For those individuals that have gotten in touch with me and you're having major, major success, I want you to know this, especially if you have children that are doing the work and they're evolving into their power. Under no circumstances whatsoever should they mention any of this to their friends, classmates, young relatives, or their teachers, whether they're melanin-rich because they're going to probably be Christian, or European because they're going to be on some whole other stuff where we're concerned also. Because you do not want your child to go to school mentioning the powers that they're tapping into, and have people decide, oh, we want to see if we can weaponize them and use them as a weapon, and if we can't, then we want to chemically lobotomize them with some kind of pill and label them as ADD or snatch them up out of the home and put them in child protective services or some whole other shit. So for those of you that are beginning to move things without touching them and beginning to see through walls, and those of you that are beginning to walk through walls, and those of you that are beginning to levitate, and those of you that are beginning to see the future and manipulate the future, and you're speaking things and they're happening almost immediately as you're speaking them or thinking them. This is not information that you can just share and discuss with people because they're not going to get where you're coming from because they're still stuck in low chakra stuff below the navel. And you guys are working above the heart. That's one of the reasons why I had you take your salt bath first to clean your energy field out and then do these sounds to amplify the spin of your energy vortexes or centers that are called chakras, because amplifying the spin of your energy centers amplifies the rate the rate of the vibration and the frequency that you're on. Once you amplify the rate at which you vibrate and you move at a higher frequency, then you become in accord because you're doing your chords. As you do these chords, which some people call harmonics, and I call them mantras, but really you're tuning your chords. As you tune up and you amplify this energy up and you increase the speed of the spin, your energy is going to expand and the realm of your influence is going to expand, and you're going to activate different things that are dormant within you.